One of the biggest struggles I hear from beginner ukulele players is that strumming is difficult. And it is difficult. It looks so easy, but it can feel awkward in the beginning, and that's totally fine. Just remember, the only way for it to become comfortable is for you to keep doing it. Just push through that awkwardness. I'm going to show you a few different exercises that you can do every day to help improve your strumming. First of all, I want you to go onto Google or your favorite search engine and type in metronome. And if you're using Google, one will just pop up magically, and you can set the tempo, the speed. So I'm going to select 55 beats per minute, and what we're going to do is play through the chord progression: C, A minor 7, all open strings, F add 9, and G7. We're just going to go through that while we listen to the metronome, and I'm going to guide you in some very simple strumming exercises. So here we go. Press play. Now we're going to do down strums, one on each beat. So we're going to start with down strums, one down strum per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do that on the C chord first of all. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can choose to go even slower than that if you like. You can stop this video, or after this video, go onto the metronome and select a slower speed than that. It's completely fine to go slower than that if you need to. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 down strums per chord, and then we're going to switch. Okay, so I'm going to put this on again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor 7, 2, 3, 4. F add 9, 2, 3, 4. G7, 2, 3. Back to C and here. 2, 3, 4. A minor 7, 2, 3, 4. F add 9, 2, 3, 4. G7, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing. 2, 3, 4. But when we transition from one chord to the next, we're going to add a little upstrum in there. So when we're counting, it would be like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. On that last and, after we say 4, that's when you do the upstrum. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. So let's do that a little bit slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and so on. I'm going to put the metronome to 50, and let's try that. Same chord progression. 2, 3, starting with C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and so on. So the next one is going to be a down, up, down, 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 down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Remember, remember, when you do an up strum, you don't have to strum all the strings. Just the last one or two is fine. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so we're going to do that same chord progression with the metronome now. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so that was just one chord progression, C, A minor, 7, F, 9, and G, 7. But you can take any chord progression and do those 3 exercises. 1 down strum every beat, 1 down strum every beat with an up strum on the 4 and then down, up, up on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Practice those exercises every day with a metronome with different chord progressions, and then let me know how it goes after doing it for a whole month. And then I can give you some more exercises. It's really about consistency. When you're playing songs, just keep it simple, because if we try to go on to different strumming patterns when we haven't mastered the simple ones that feel really comfortable and they feel intuitive, then it just starts to get messy. And then we get frustrated and then we don't want to keep doing it anymore. So just keep it simple is my advice, because eventually it's going to be intuitive. It's going to be like walking. You don't have to think about it anymore. You're going to be strumming, and then you're going to be ready for the next step, which is doing some different strumming patterns. Be patient with yourself and keep practicing.